flavor.
Only intended for a plain cat.
You don't want to die of cold. Toll free.
I'll give you trouble.
Hello there and welcome back. It is me, Tarman. Today we're going to be making Sir Duncan the Tall from Knight of the Seven Kingdoms. I'm just now starting to watch the show. I actually just finished the books, so big fan, and I thought it'd be fun to make him. So what I'm going to be using as a base is I have this kit from Perry Miniatures, and it's just the English Army. And I know the armor isn't exactly right, but it's what I had laying around, so I'm just going to be using this. So I went ahead and already cut out a figure, but we're going to need to change this a lot because it doesn't really match up as well. So we have this. So what you'll need is obviously just a basic figure, and this is custom. I just was looking around, I found this sword. I thought it looked just like the one off the show, and these arms with some cloth on it. But what we'll need is gray stuff. That's going to be the main thing here. A lot of sculpting. So, really just going to be adding a cloak onto him and then remaking the belt and then changing the head into his iconic helmet. But we need to make him just a little taller, which we'll do in the green stuff. Like right there, I'm going to make that his actual shoulders and build his head on top just to give him a little bit extra height. Let's just begin. And there we are. Got all the green stuff on him. Yeah, he's not the most accurate, but I think it will get the point across. Really, the best way to finish him out is to start painting. So once this is dry, we will start with the painting. So next time you see him, he'll be primed and ready for paint. And there we are. Now he's all primed and ready for painting. So the first thing we're going to do, we're going to pick out all of his armor. And the colors we're going to be using, we're going to start with this for the base. And then we're going to go over and highlight it with this. And then we're going to hit the really high edges with this. So basically anything that's supposed to be metal or a steel, we're going to go ahead and paint that. So let's begin. And there we are. Now all of the armor is picked out. The next thing we're going to do is pick out his pants. And the color we're going to be using for that is this. And there we are. Now his pants are picked out. The next thing we're going to do, we're going to pick out his shoes and the leathery bits. And the color we're going to be using is this. Alright, so now these brown bits are picked out. We're going to go over the shoes and his scabbard with this. Ta-da! Alright, now we're going to go over that shield with this. And there we are. Now the shield's picked out, so the next thing we're going to do, we're going to pick out those sleeves. Yes, I know he doesn't wear sleeves. It's supposed to be chainmail, but I'm working with what I got here, alright? But I don't want it to match the tunic he's wearing, so we're going to paint the sleeves a different color like his regular garment that he's wearing over it. So we're going to use a blue, then we're going to lighten the blue up and dry brush it, or pick out the high points. So let's do it. And there we are. There's his sleeves, so now let's pick out his tunic. And the color we're going to be using is this. Okay, so now we got a good base. The next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to mix a white into the same color to add in some highlights, and then I'm going to be taking a black. The black I'm going to be using as this one to add in the trim on his little cloak. So let's do that. Alrighty, so now he's starting to come together. The next thing to do is going to be his belt. And the color we're going to be using to paint that belt is this. And then I'm going to go over it with this. And here we go. Now he's starting to come together. Before we do the iconic shield, let's darken those sleeves up a little bit. And we're going to go over it with a wash. And the wash we're going to be using is my own concoction. This crap. And there we are. So while those sleeves are drying, we are going to pick out the shield. The sunset with the tree and the shooting star. The first color we're going to be using is this. And then we're going to mix a little bit of that with this. Adding in some of this. And then going on to and then to top it off with this. Alrighty, so now we got the sunset. Now we need to do the grass and the tree and the shooting star. The colors we're going to be using for the tree trunk is this. For the grass, this. For the tree leaves. And for the shooting star, just a basic white. And there he is. Now the last thing to do is just base him, so next time you see him, he will have a base. And that's pretty much it for Duncan the Tall. And here he is, Sir Duncan the Tall, off of Knight of the Seven Kingdoms. Is he the most accurate? No. But there's the shield. Yeah, he's not the most accurate, but I think it gets the point across. He is definitely a lot taller to scale. And look how much taller he is. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with it. I'd say the only thing that's not that accurate about him is just the sleeves. But it was the arms I had to work with. But I think the way he turned out was pretty nice, you know? I'm a big fan of it. Big fan of the show so far. And I love the books. I already read the books and everything. But I hope you guys enjoyed this quick little video. Yeah, I had a lot of fun doing this. If you guys would like to see me do another character or something else, let me know in the comments. I love hearing from you guys, and I love making these videos for y'all. But yeah, without further ado, let's hop into that montage.